What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is 8 things Britain doesn't even have a word for, part 1.
Interesting.
We haven't done this video.
No.
Very surprising.
I'd be interested to know where they are.
I'm interested to know where they are. I think there's definitely a part 2.
Okay.
So I don't know how many parts there is. I think we've done something similar, but not quite this from Lawrence. You know what I mean?
I'm interested.
I think maybe it was Southern Phrases or something like that, but a Lawrence version of it. So we've done something similar, but I've checked the channel. What we always do is we go, oh, have we done that video? We search the channel, and no, we haven't.
We definitely have not done this. I don't recognise his hair like this.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't know when this was, but it wasn't often he had his hair like this, was it, Lawrence?
No, I can't even remember a time when he did have it like that.
Smash the icon, guys. No, not a bad thing. Oh, I think you look lovely, Lawrence. Smash the icon, guys. Smash the subscribe button. Would really appreciate it. About 68% of you legends are not subscribed. It's just not give and take a percent maybe, or point something.
Just not okay, is it?
That's very upsetting. So if you're one of them not subscribed, do us a favour and smash that subscribe button. You'll get notified every time if you press that notification bell as well. We would really appreciate it. Also, if you like the video, it helps to push it.
It does.
So if you want to see more Lost from a Pond, subscribe, because we can check this video and see how many people subscribed off it, so we know you want to see it.
Yep.
We can also, the likes help push it, get more views. We know you guys want to see it. So smash that like button and subscribe button is what we're saying. Check out Patreon, that does really help us, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it means a lot to us as well. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
8 American things Britain doesn't even have a word for. Part 1, what we got?
So it's very important for British people living in America, like me, to know the difference between the shoe brand and something else that Americans call a hush puppy before I put my foot in it. Literally in the case of the shoe.
What shoe brand's Hush Puppy?
Hello, I'm Lawrence Brown, and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond.
Yeah.
And one of those memos pertains to words. And you and I both know this by now. It's often said that Britain and America are two nations divided by a common language. And what does this mean? It means that English is a prominent language in both countries, but that we have different words and spellings and pronunciations for the same things.
Which is mad,
But what if I told you right here and now that both Britain and America have things for which the other country doesn't even have words? Well, today I'll be looking at a selection of those from the United States of America.
Okay, so this is literally
for the past 13 years.
They've got items like potentially, like say this. Obviously, it's a can, but you guys may not have a word for it. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing.
Yeah, but it's the other way around.
But the opposite way around,
So
you guys,
we don't have a word for
what is that? You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's shiny. By the way, we're not sponsored. So I'm covering. No, I did that on purpose, but we're not sponsored. If you want to sponsor us, why not? Why not?
Why not?
But Millie's pregnant, so she's not having much of it.
Yeah.
Well, she's got a can there.
Yes. Now,
No,
as
I've
with
got
all
it
things Britain and America,
reason.
a lot of these words come back to food, whereas some of them pertain to social customs, the law, and America's obscenely large landscape.
Okay.
And so without further ado, here are 8 American things that Britain doesn't even have a word for.
Okay.
Elephant ear.
Here's a story.
What?
Several years ago, my wife took me to the Indiana State Fair. And when I say she took me there, I got absolutely no say in the matter. And even as we stood in line for the world's most famous pig race, I couldn't help but look around me and notice the types of fair food that were on offer. Of course, you had cotton candy, and of course the British do have a word for that. It's candy floss.
Yeah.
You had hot dogs, otherwise known in Britain as hot dogs. And then you had elephant ear. And some British people, perhaps even some American people, might be thinking, oh, you ate a part of an elephant? No, thank goodness it's not a real elephant ear. No, this is just a type of fried dough that happens to be shaped like an elephant ear or a frisbee gone wrong.
Never heard of it or never seen it.
Nope.
Elephant ear.
I couldn't even tell you what the British equivalent to that is.
I couldn't either. With toppings
that
on
like,
it as
is
well.
Is that like apple? Because I guess like maybe, but then they have apple pie, don't they? So.
Well, it's kind of like a bit of dough bread, but it's got loads of toppings on it. We don't have anything like that, do we? But it's honestly the first time I've seen something like that. Wow. I was honestly thinking it was just going to be like elephant ear, but then we had a word for an elephant ear. It's an elephant ear. You know what I mean?
No, I was thinking it was going to be like something they say for someone that
like ear wigging.
Yeah.
But we've got a word for it, haven't we?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. But let us know if they're nice in the comments below, if you've had one and they're nice.
Wrong. And the reason that I say that some Americans might not recognise this name is that it goes by different pseudonyms.
Okay.
See, while Britain might not have a word for this, America has plenty. As well as elephant ear and fried dough. It also goes by fry bread. Fried bread, not to be confused with the fried bread that you might find on an English breakfast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Completely different
Doesn't look
beast.
like that.
Doughboys, scones, again not to be confused with an English scone / scone. Pizza frit, or my personal favourite, frying saucers. And while we're on the subject of American-derived food,
Frying
that brings us
saucers.
on.
Yeah, Millie's got the
I've got
flying
flying
saucers, and they're frying saucers. Oh, we know what they are now.
We know what
yes,
it is,
grit.
but we definitely don't have a word for that.
Definitely have a word for it, and it definitely isn't a UK thing,
No.
and I don't even think it's made its way over. Maybe it
I don't
has
think
some
it ever will
places.
make its way over.
I've never ever seen it apart from these videos.
Now, on the face of it, grit sound absolutely awful, because when I think
Gritty.
of the word grit, I think of two things. I think of grit to mean courage and resolve and strength of character, but usually sweat. Or grit as in small bits of stone
Like
or
snow
sand.
grit.
Either way, I don't want to eat that. But it turns out that grit, a Southern American dish, is a type of porridge. And I know what you're thinking, Britain, that's ridiculous, Lawrence. We do have a word for porridge, and it's porridge. This is a specific type of porridge and a big deal in the southern United States. But in the unlikely
that
event
now.
that you're
Yeah, we
thinking
do
of
know
moving
that.
to the United States just because you want to live where grit is, but you don't want to move to the southern United States because you can't stomach 400-degree temperatures. In my experience, you can get grits here in the Midwest, and I assume other places in the United States. Second thoughts, it'd be easier just to stay in Britain and look up the recipe online.
But
That's
we
something
could
you
look up the
can't do so
recipe. We
could
easily
do that.
with this.
Booty.
But booty.
Yes, B-U-T-T-E. Now, before I go any further, it's probably important, in the interest of not being demonetized, that I point out that this word is pronounced butte. And it's probably quite an appropriate pronunciation because buttes are often beautiful, or at the very least, stunning. Now, some people might be thinking, get to the point, what on earth is a butte?
Wow, perfect examples where we would lose, not butte per se, but today, cricket was on Ashes. I text someone, what a beauty. Beauty, because it was a beautiful ball, it was perfect, a great ball, great wicket. That's the example, a UK example. If I use butte, I'd use it in the same tones I'd use beauty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I'd say, like, I don't know.
About balls, a
like,
beaut.
Yeah, that is a beaut. Like,
yeah,
beaut,
what an absolute beaut. Yeah.
But we'd spell it B-E-A-U-T.
Yeah, we'd spell it different.
Is it beautiful, but just without the ifl?
Yeah.
Well, a butte is a very specific type of hill, and this specific type of hill is not commonly found in Britain. It's a type of hill that has a flat top and vertical or nearly vertical sides. Think of the Mitten Butte in Monument Valley in Arizona, or Devil's Tower in Wyoming, or to give it its official name, Richard Dreyfuss's mashed potato. And now that we're 3 words into the list, do you want me to go on to number 4? In other words, do you want some more? Do you want some more? Do you want some more? Well, bring it on.
S'mores.
You see what I did there? When I first moved to the United States, I was offered a s'more and I turned it down because I was frightened of what it might be. And then somebody described the content, and my love for them from that moment on only grew.
So we don't have a word for this per se.
But we know what it is.
But if you said s'mores to people in the UK, probably they would know what you mean.
I reckon it's probably 50-50.
Because when we did the camping with school, when I looked, when it helped, they said we made s'mores by the campfire. I think people know what it is more now.
Becoming more popular in the UK as an American thing.
But we don't change it to something else. So we don't change the word to make it.
But I feel like potentially, I want to say the older generation in the UK won't know what s'more is.
No, because they just taste marshmallows. That's it.
Yeah, I think it's a younger generation that picked it up from America and it's coming in.
Yeah,
is what I think it is.
Just like my waistline. Of course, Americans know what a s'more is, but this is for my British viewers, i.e. my mum. An official s'more is a roasted marshmallow, right, stuck to a slab of chocolate. Sorry for the noises. And together they are sandwiched between a graham cracker, right? And if you're wondering what a graham cracker is, it's similar to what the British would call a digestive biscuit, except it's square and American.
So we could make our own s'mores with digestive biscuits.
Yeah, it's that same texture of it, yeah.
Americans pronounce it graham. And because of the fried marshmallow element to all of this, it's perfect to make one while you're camping. And you might be wondering, why is it called s'more with an apostrophe? Because it's a contraction of some more, meaning that my segue surprisingly made sense for once. Unlike this one.
That.
Bring on
some
the dogs.
more. That's actually sick. Car hop. I don't know what. I'm guessing that is hopping between friends' cars. I'm guessing.
Like car share.
But then I'd say hitchhiking, maybe.
We say car share.
Yeah, but some more. It's actually a thing because that's mad. I like that.
Can I have some more?
Yeah. Oh my god, them s'mores are lovely. Can I have some s'more? Like that's actually quite good.
The word car hop has nothing to do with dogs because that would be mental. Furthermore, a car hop is not a type of car that hops because see previous comment. A car hop is somebody who serves you food, but while you're in your car.
Oh, okay.
Now, of course, it's pretty well known that it's a big part of American culture to order food at the drive-thru, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about drive-ins. Drive-ins are a still lasting remnant of a bygone era here in the United States, where you park your car at the designated drive-in, the car hop comes to you and takes your order, and then brings you your food. And you stay there in this exact same spot right next to the restaurant or cafe or whatever you want to call it. And I personally have come to consider this fine dining, even in a Prius. Allow me to do a quick shout out to 2 that I've been to. Recently on my Route 66 journey, I visited the Polka Dot Inn in Braidwood, Illinois. And car hops served me every now and again at Jean's Root Beer stand in Anderson.
We don't have them in the UK.
I am told that in some of the more snazzy quarters of the United States, there are even car hops on roller skates, but they're difficult to find because it's not the 80s anymore.
Oh, we know what this is.
We know what it is. It's just walking in front of cars.
Yeah, it's not illegal in the UK, and I would have never known about it being called jaywalking until I've done these videos. So maybe we don't have a word for it because it's not illegal, is it?
No, we just say walking in front of a car.
Yeah, why did you walk in front of my car, mate?
Walking, it's like a whole sentence, not a word.
Yeah, definitely.
Jaywalking. You may remember that I talked about this very topic a few months ago. I had absolutely no idea what jaywalking was. You know, it was a word that cropped up occasionally in films, but I just assumed it was a sport. I thought this was going to be a big deal, right? You know the joke, why did the chicken cross the road? Well, he didn't because he was too much of a chicken.
We watched this video the other day.
We did.
What video is that? Oh my god, we literally watched that video the other day.
I was just thinking in my head, I recognise that video.
Yeah, same. I was like, because he's obviously gone back to his other video. Oh,
we watched it
literally the other day. Was it things he thought were going to be a big deal and it wasn't? And he thought jaywalking were going to be a big deal?
Yeah, maybe.
I think it was something like we did. Check our channel, scroll down, but I think it was the last Austin Pond video we did. I know the thumbnail. Go check it out.
At me 17 times, I started to get the impression that I might be overthinking this. All of the years that I've lived here, I don't think I've ever heard anybody say, "Ooh, did you see Ashley? I think she was jaywalking, better call the cops." The reason we don't have a word for jaywalking in the UK is because that law doesn't exist. And funnily enough, despite our difficult relationship with rain and drizzle, we also don't have a word for this.
Go take a rain check?
Yeah, I think that's, again, it's come over to the UK.
Just used, I guess.
It's pretty much, rain check is, if we had plans to go for dinner and I suddenly couldn't go, I'd text you an hour before saying, can we take a rain check, please?
Was that not in his last video too?
Maybe. No, I don't think it was. No, that wasn't.
Admittedly, perhaps owing to the digital age in which RSVPing or not RSVPing is done at the click of a button, the word rain check is sadly one I haven't encountered very often since moving here. But I do remember it featuring a lot in American films in the 80s, so that's good enough for me. Basically, when somebody takes a rain check, it's to indicate that that person cannot accept the invitation right now, right? But they'd be happy to turn up in the future.
Okay.
And you might be thinking, why is it called a rain check?
Rearrange.
Does the coming together of people depend on whether or not it's raining? Sort of. You see, it originated in baseball. A coupon might have been handed to a baseball ticket holder when the game was cancelled due to rain. And that would mean that that coupon holder could then attend the rearranged game without being charged. And while Britain also has a sport with a batsman and a lot of players who just stand around for no reason, the term rain check never caught on. Of course, that could also be something to do with the fact that we often turn down invitations in favour of that non-specific thing that we've got going on this weekend. Either way, Britain doesn't use the word rain check, just like it doesn't use our final entry, unless you're talking about shoes.
Hush puppy.
I don't know what that is.
That's right, hush puppy. And to me, and admittedly to millions of Americans, hush puppy was and is a brand of shoe. So it's very important for British people living in America, like me, to know the difference between the shoe brand and something else that Americans call a hush puppy before I put my foot in it, literally in the case of the shoe. Because in the US, and once again, particularly in the southern US, a hush puppy is, once again, another type of fried dough. Specifically, it's a ball about the size of a clementine of deep-fried cornmeal batter.
Thinking of slush
and it
puppy.
sounds disgusting.
I was honestly thinking slush puppy as well. I was like, but in my head I was like, we have a word for it, so it can't be that.
Call it slush puppy.
Which is the reason I didn't say it. But I was thinking that.
It's not. And if there was nobody around to keep an eye on me, I could happily eat 50 of them a day, but I'd no longer be alive. Put it this way, from experience, they do taste better than the shoe. And how do I know that? Because I was 11 years old once. That's it for this episode. Let me know in the comments below.
That was good, wasn't it? And we need to try hush puppy.
Yeah.
They look good.
Although I feel like it should be slush puppy. I feel like they've just worded it wrong. in my head. In my head, I feel like it should just be slush puppy.
I just keep thinking of a slush puppy, like literally just a slush. Let us know in the comments if you had them before and if you like them. Smash that button, we'd really appreciate it. Smash that subscribe button as well. Let us know any other things which you think the UK doesn't know of, which you know about. You may, your British friend potentially may have been like, oh, I never heard of that. Let us know in the comments below. What's your video?
Have a fantastic day.
And we will see you, legends, in the next one. Peace.